Welcome back to Eepa's Kitchen. So today we're gonna make. So I've been doing this thing with this what am I doing? Greek chicken. I've been making this Greek chicken marinade for this is like the fifth or sixth time I've done this recipe, and I really, really like it. I've changed it a little bit each time, but I'm getting to the point where I've had enough just Greek chicken breasts to eat. So we were talking about trying to do it on a pita. So I bought a tortilla press, and the first time I used it, the tortillas were coming out kind of thick, so I had to hand roll them afterwards. But then I was thinking, right here, hey, they're kind of like pitas. Maybe we can make a sandwich with those. So I'm going to give you all the ways I've heard it said. We're going to try and make a Greek gyro, gyro, gyro. I think there's probably another one in there. I don't care how you say it. As long as you eat it, you like it, we're all good. So we're going to start out with, we're going to marinate a chicken breast. They need to go about 2 to 4 hours to really have a lot of flavor. I did one ahead, and with the magic of production, it'll make it look like we just did it all at once. But I'm going to show you one. We're going to put the marinade together, throw the chicken in the fridge for a little bit, and then we're going to start on all the other stuff. We'll do a tzatziki sauce. We'll get the dough made for the tortillas that are actually we're going to use as a pita. And then we'll get the chicken on the grill and we'll put it all together and we'll do Eepa, and then we're going to drink a drink that's not even Greek. So to start with, our ingredients for the marinade, I've got 2 to 3 cloves of garlic, about 1/4 cup of olive oil. This is fresh lemon juice, 2 tablespoons-ish. All right, the dry goods, I got to read them because I can't remember how much of everything I put in. It's basil, oregano, and thyme, and those are all a teaspoon. There's 1/4 teaspoon of black pepper, 1/2 teaspoon of salt, and 1/4 teaspoon of red pepper. I only had to look at one thing, and that's here. So we're going to put all this together in the bowl. I'll whisk it up with my fancy little rainbow whisk over here. We'll put the chicken in a bag in the fridge, and then we're going to start the next step. Here we go. Real easy. Dump it in. Dump it in. Olive oil. We used an extra virgin. And then just some fresh garlic. I've actually made this with, you know, that garlic you can buy in the store that's like chopped up in the oil. I've used that too. Pretty good success with that. So if you're a little lazy or you don't have fresh garlic, and that's what happened, I ran out of fresh garlic. Shame on me. And it actually, the flavor was good. So I would say that's probably not my first choice, but the flavor was good. So I learned something that day that in a pinch, I can use the lazy person's chopped garlic. That's it. That is the marinade. That's how quick and easy that is. All right? Remember, you don't want to spend your whole life in the kitchen. You want to spend your time doing other things that are fun and eating. So we're just going to put this in here. I pre-measured to make sure it would fit in this bag, so I hope it fits. Hope I didn't have to measure once, cut twice. Yeah, it works. All right, then just pour the marinade in. Important step, make sure it gets zip tight before you start squishing it around, otherwise everything's going to pop out. Why do you ask? Well, because I've done that before. Squeeze a little air out. All right. And then just massage it around a little bit. So it gets all coated. Then put it in your fridge, a couple hours at least. I mean, could you do it for 30 minutes in a pinch? Probably. I'm sure it would still have good flavor, but the longer you let it sit, the better it's going to be. But I have not done it longer than 4 hours, so I don't know what the effects are after that. But about 2.5 hours is what I normally do for it. All right, I'm going to pop this in the fridge, and then I'm going to clean up this mess, and then we'll get started on the next thing. All right, so this is going to be the dough mixture for our, not technically pitas, but pitas. It's 3 cups of just regular all-purpose flour, 2 teaspoons of baking powder. Powder. I always get powder and soda mixed up. Let me make sure I'm telling you the right thing. Yeah, powder. And then 1.5 teaspoons of kosher salt. All right. So just put that in there. Just mix it up, obviously. you want to get all that blended. And then we've got a cup of water and 5 tablespoons of butter. The key to this is you want the water really hot and the butter really soft or melted. So 5 tablespoons of butter, I've just put in the water. And then I found that since I've been doing this, if I just put it in the microwave for about a minute or so, it gets hot enough to melt it. So I'm just going to pop it in there. Derek will probably follow me around a little bit, but then we'll take a break and we'll come back when it's done. All right, so I went an extra minute and it made it nice and hot and nice and melty. So that's what we did. We ended up at 2 minutes on this. So I'm just going to pour it in. I get all that butter out. And that was non-salted butter. I guess you could use salted. I don't know. But we have non-salted, so that's what I use. We're going to mix this all up. Then eventually I'm going to get my hands in there. We'll knead it for a little bit on the board. And then we're going to let it rest for about 10 to 20 minutes. Then we'll make little balls of dough. We'll press them and we will toast them a little bit on the skillet. And by that time, hopefully if we did everything the right way, everything will be ready at the same time. And we can eat. So I'm going to tell you this, I would go a minute and a half. The water's a little bit hotter than I normally do. So the dough's really hot. All right. I'm going to put a little bit of flour on the board. So I will tell you this, if you have a really good tortilla recipe and you want to send it to us, because it might, if you think it's better than the one we have, I'd be more than willing to experience it and experiment with it. I do like this one, but I'm always looking for something different. All right. Most of it all worked together there. Make a nice big ball out of it. I'm going to just put a towel over the top of it, and we're just going to let it rest. Like I said, as long as it takes us to make the tzatziki sauce, and maybe grill the chicken. We'll see. See how the mood strikes us. All right, let me get a towel. I'm going to cover this up, and we're going to move on to the next step. All right, so we're going to make our tzatziki sauce. I think you guys know that I'm a big fan of this brand, Fayet, I think is how you say it. Sour cream. Their yogurt's really good too. I mean, it's just a plain yogurt. I got the 5% milk fat, so it's going to be a little thicker. This is 16 ounce. Take the plastic off, we'll be good. This is 16 ounces, so it's going to be the full container, 2 cups. Just pop that in there. See how nice and thick that is? I like it as opposed to the really runny stuff that's all watery. There is 2 cloves of garlic. Again, I just chopped those up. I have never made this with the pre-chop, so I can't tell you how it is. It's a teaspoon of fresh squeezed lemon. This is a half of an English cucumber. I grated it on the thick part of the grater. You know how you've got the big thick ones, the little ones, and you got the big slicing area. So this is on the thick part. Once it was done, I squeezed it through a cheesecloth to get most of the water out. So you can see it's kind of dried. It's not all, I mean, there's going to be some water in there, but it's not all runny. So that's in there. So that's a half of one of those. And surprisingly, there's a lot of recipes that don't do dill. They'll talk about mint or oregano. And I've only had it with dill. So for this recipe, that's what we're going to do. This is a tablespoon of fresh dill. If you do it with something else, great, let us know, because I'd like to know what it's like. I don't make the tzatziki sauce that often, but when I do, I've only done it with dill. But when I was researching things just to kind of get a handle on what people do out there, I saw that there were people that did mint, which might not be bad, and they do. Some people do oregano. Now you can add a little bit of salt and pepper here at the end. What I'm going to do with this is I'm going to get it all mixed. We're going to put it in the refrigerator. I want it to chill down again while we're doing everything else. We'll taste it. If you know, think that it needs a little salt and pepper at the end, we can add some, but normally I don't put any in. But I was talking to some people who are from Greek descent, and they do add a little bit. Some people add a little salt and pepper. So I'll take the advice of those around me. We'll give it a try. And then I just put a little dab of olive oil on the top. Just a smidgen around the top there. All right, so we're going to pop this in the fridge. Probably get going on the next step, which we haven't decided yet if I'm going to make the fajitas. Listen to me, the pitas yet, or we're going to put the chicken on the grill. But we're going to let you know when I come back from this. All right, so here's our pre-marinated chicken breasts. I did 3 today. I normally do like 4 at a time, but I couldn't find a 4th chicken breast that I really liked the way it looked. So we're just doing 3. These 2 now, and then later on I'll pop the other one on after you guys all go home. All right, so they got the grill nice and hot. I'm going to cut the flame back to between medium and high. All right, we'll get a little sear on there and a little charring, but I don't want it to overcook and get blackened too much on it, but I do like a little of that char, so that's why I just cut it back just a smidge there. All right, we're going to let that go. This is probably going to take 10 to 12 minutes because they're a little bit thicker. I'll come out in a little bit, we'll turn them, we'll see how they look. In the meantime, we're going to start working on rolling out the, balling up the tortilla / pita dough so we can start cooking those. Okay, so this has been sitting for about 15 minutes or so. With the heat from the water that was in there and then having the towel over it, that moisture, it's kind of softened up a little bit more than when I first put it in. You can kind of see there's a little difference there with it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this into, hopefully, about 12 equal pieces. You get about 10 to 12 tortillas / whatever it is we're making out of them, out of each recipe. Just depends on how big you're making them. All right. So what do we got? 8 there? All right. See, we might be able to get a couple more since we're making these a little smaller. Let's see what we get. That one is about the right size. A little bit more out of that one. All right. We're going to get 10. And off of that one. Yep, we're going to get 10 today. Did I count that right? Yeah. That one's a little bit bigger. A bit off of that. All right. So once we get to this point, we're going to get our press out. And again, I really like the press. It's well made. It's just I can't seem to get them tortilla thickness when I press them. So what I've been doing is run them through the press, and then I just get the little roller out. I roll them a little thinner. We've had some pretty good success with them. All right. So before I get the press out, I'm going to turn the little skillet on that I have over there. I don't know if you guys saw it earlier. Just this little skillet. I use it for burgers, just toasting buns, what have you. But it's really good for getting these guys toasted. So we set that heat at about medium high, and then just put a little bit of olive oil on it. Just helps it. And then you can smear that around. We're going to get that nice and hot. Let that heat up while we're getting the little doughs pressed out. All right, so I got a couple pieces of wax paper. Put this on at like in the 1/3 forward position. That makes sense. There's 1/3 center, 1/3. All right. Put the other one on top. Put some meat behind it. I made it a little bit too far forward with that one, and that's how it turns out. So when I'm making tortillas, like for enchiladas or tacos, I take it from here and I roll it out a little more because it's just a little thick for those. And put it a little further back. There we go. All right. Oh, are you on?
Yep.
Oh, look at that. It looks delicious. Oh yeah, there. Look at that color. And again, you can't smell it, but this just smells awesome. That's good. So that was about 5 minutes. Yeah, those are looking good. All right, we'll do that other side. We'll come back and check them. We might need one more turn. Let's go back to our tortillas. All right, so this is nice and hot. It's actually smoking a little bit. I think I might be able to get 2 on here. All right, yeah. So we're just going to leave them on there for 15, 20 seconds. We just want to brown them a little bit on each side. You don't want to cook them because then they get too brittle and then you can't use them. Once they come off, put them in a towel. We'll cover them up so they stay warm. So we'll just leave these go for a little bit here. A little sizzling going on there. So what I do is I just take a peek underneath, and when they start to brown a little bit, yep, just turn them over. Just like that. And we'll do that for all, I think we ended up getting 10. We'll do that for all 10 of them. You can see that. Get a little brown on the edge there. Okay. And then I just put them in this towel over here. And then while we're making the other ones, just cover them up. They stay warm, hold the heat. They don't get dried out and gross. The nice thing about these, though, is that you can reheat them in the microwave and they'll become pliable again if they, like any tortilla. If you put a tortilla in the fridge, you can always pop it in the microwave, get it warm again. I wonder if we can put 3 in here. Let's try it. Yeah, sort of. All right. All right, so we're just about there. I'm thinking maybe another 2 to 3 minutes just on this side. Give you guys a chance to look at that. I'm going to cover them up. We'll give it another couple minutes, and I think we're going to be good to go. We can stick a thermometer in there when I come back out. All right, we're just a few minutes away from everything being done, so I'm going to cut a few of these tomatoes so we have them for part of the sandwich. I got these. They were on the vine, and they actually taste like vine-ripened tomatoes. They were a little bit more than I normally spend. Man, are they good. So there we go. So we've got that. We've got some lettuce. We got a little bit of red onion. We'll get the tzatziki sauce out. We're going to grab that chicken because I'm sure it's done right now. All right, so these 2 are done. That's the one we started marinating earlier. It's obviously got a little bit of time left on it. Yeah, we'll go ahead and turn it. We're going to go in and start prepping a few sandwiches. Probably need that. All right, so we're going to slice these chicken breasts up a little bit. See, they're nice and juicy. All right, that should be more than enough for that one. Go ahead and put one of these together. Let me grab one of the tortillas / pitas. All right. Move that over so you can see. We'll put our chicken on. And it should probably be enough. All right. We're going to do a little bit of lettuce. A little bit of red onion. I guess you could put a little black olive on here too. That might be good. But you get what you get today. All right. And I tried the sauce, and I don't think we need to add anything to it. You be your own judge on that. And I like this stuff, so we'll put a little bit more on mine. And I need a towel. All right. So that's that. Folds up nice and neat. Take a look at that. What do you think? All right, I'm going to put one together for Derek. We'll make some drinks and we're going to eat. Drink of the day, we finally finished our pineapple rum. I don't know if you remember, I don't know, a month or two back, might have been longer. I had that big jug on the counter back here, and we were just letting the pineapple marinate in the Mount Gay Eclipse. So it's done. All I did was strain it, squeeze it through a cheesecloth, throw out the pulpy stuff, and then put it in this leftover jar of something else that I had for alcohol. So what we're going to do is we're going to pour these guys. God, it smells really good. We're going to taste it, or I am. Derek will taste it in a minute. And then we're going to finish it off how management and I usually drink it. Oh, it's really good. You can really taste the pineapple in it. So if you want a little bit extra flavor, which we do, we just take a little bit more of the Mount Gay Eclipse. Ching, plug. Just float a little on top. Just adds a little more flavor. And that's how I'm going to finish it off when I drink later. But we're going to set these up over there. We'll let Derek try it, and we'll add some for him. Let's go get something to eat. All right. So Matt actually just stopped by on his way home from work to help us do a couple things when we're done here. So Matt's going to give us a taste test with this. So we're going to go and chow down and try our drinks. The tortilla / pita, it did its job. Mm-hmm. It doesn't taste like your traditional pita, but you want to do something simple. I don't even know how to make pitas, so you guys, that's what you get.
It's really good though.
Yeah. I think the marinade worked out good on the chicken. Mm-hmm. And the tzatziki sauce, we didn't add any more salt and pepper to it, so I think it turned out really well. Those fresh tomatoes, Matt's not a tomato guy, but those fresh tomatoes really added a lot of flavor to it, into the onion. Drinks. Salute. Good job, Matt. I know you're going to help in a minute, so good job coming up. Oh, yeah. That extra splash adds a little bit more of a level. Oops, and I got stuff all over mine. You can add a splash. Cheers, Derek. I didn't do it. So, well, I guess we should try that. So I think this was a success. One more way for me to try this chicken out that I've been eating for how long with the marinade on it. Maybe you guys go out and buy pitas. I don't know. It's up to you. So that's easy. You could do that way. But this chicken is really simple, as you saw. I got to go turn that other one real quick. So we're going to cut this loose. Thanks for coming in. If you liked it, please give us a like. Please share. Please subscribe. Tell your friends. Tell your neighbors. Let us know about what you thought about today. Remember, Derek will put up the sarcasm. I don't want to hear your negative. I want to hear good stuff. Let us know what you thought. But seriously, we'd like you to make this and then give us some feedback and all the stuff we talked about over there. And even if you try to make the pineapple rum, let us know if you do something different, because we really like this, but that doesn't mean it's the only way to do it. So, but again, thank you. I know we got to get done because I got to turn chicken. Matt's going to help me move some stuff with Derek, and he's got, life as well. So, all right. Thanks a lot, guys. We'll see you next week. I need another bite, though.
Oh, yeah.
Let me go turn that chicken.